Welcome to the video. We're going to talk about how to get out of a rut quickly. We'll ride nice and slow so the wind audio is not too bad. Filming today on the iPhone Pro 14. It's a fantastic video camera. It's amazing. The quality you get now for the little pennies. Nuts. How to get out of a rut quickly. The human body, we love routines, all right? Good routines, bad routines. Every animal in nature, if you can koala above me here, there's going to be routines. Gets up at a certain time, eats certain foods. And the routine's the routine. It may be good or bad. For most wild animals, it's a positive routine because it's the way they've been, designed, evolved, created, whatever you believe in. So as humans, we have routines, and now they're good or bad based on what marketing beliefs we believe, traditions, religions, blah, blah, social narratives, whatever. So there could be good routines. They could be bad routines, okay? So often you have people out there who are high-driven people, they've got a good routine going on, but then they're like, I want to get better, so they'll subscribe to someone who's got 5 million subscribers and go, well, that what they say must be truth. So they follow their shitty diet model, they get on the carbs, the cortisol's mad high, they get burnout and they collapse. And they're like, what's wrong with me? Because the nutrition, dehydration, the sleep cycle is just off. Hormones crashed, cortisol up, testosterone, estrogen, through the floor, motivation out the door. So these people who are mad driven, hugely driven people, are absolutely collapsing. Because they followed the wrong routine. They had the right routine, but because they're A-types and they're like, let's go, 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 they just get sucked into the wrong routines easy. In today's cutthroat world, it's all about, making more and more money, because the insecurity level is going up and up and up. So people want more money to buy more shit they don't need to impress people they don't give a fuck about, or impress people that don't like them or like themselves. Okay, so this is this big quagmire of fucking stupidity. So be careful what routine you get into. Everyone's in routines, all right? Everyone's in a routine. Your routine could be making you into a rut because you're taking the wrong advice. So you got to find the right advice, which is really hard because a lot of narcissistic sociopaths on social media, and they will direct you in the wrong way just because of their insecurity or ego. They want more money to buy more shit. If someone's driving a Porsche or a Ferrari or whatever, and they're a self-help guru, I'm like, I think they're just doing it for the coin, So I'd be very careful of what advice you take. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble there. That's quite random. Person just ran past then. So yeah, that's just the deal. I would recommend that you. I can't believe that person just ran past then. That was crazy. The timing. So yeah, you be careful who you take advice from and what routine you do. Let's use that runner as an example. As a runner, you have a routine, and that can be really good for training, but then you could run into situations where your hormones get too low, or you have a stress fracture, or you have an injury, and you keep running through it because that's my routine. And we stick to these routines, and what were once good for us, now the routine is bad because we're not looking after our hormones, we're not eating enough carbohydrate, blah, 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 And then that routine, which was once really, really good, becomes really, really destructive. So you've got to have that emotional maturity where you are out of that routine because it's not serving you anymore. Okay, or you press pause. If you're a runner, got an injury, press pause in your routine. Come back to it when you don't have an injury. As simple as that. So how to get out of a rut? Pick a better routine. All right, you have to calibrate your routine for what's working in the moment. So that's the big one, man, is people get stuck in this rut where the routine was once good is now becoming destructive, and they don't want to get out of it because their ego, insecurity, that fuels most bad routines. We're like, but if I try something new, try something different, what will my partner say, or my ex, or the people on Facebook, or my friends, or blah, blah, blah. We predicate our happiness and success based on what other people think, and then we're just fucking fisting ourselves, really, literally. So you just gotta, go what's best in the moment, and logic, which is really hard to do when you're young, or a certain age, or inexperienced, or you're just easily led by the social narratives because your insecurity is so high, because your self-esteem is so low because of the way you're brought up, or what sort of food you eat. You're fearing carbohydrate, you're fearing sugar, so your cortisol is always high, or higher than it should be. So that drives your anxiety, which drives insecurity, and makes you really, not a best person to be around. You don't even want to be around yourself. because you're so undercarb. So it's really, it's quite interesting, the ruts we get into. But basically, it's about identifying, okay, I've got an injury, okay, I'm not getting the same response I used to, I'm not getting the same results, whether it's fitness or money or health or whatever, I need to change something up. What's not working here? And it's about being a little detective and scientist and doing experiments and using logic so you can get out of it. You see all these people out there just go, oh, just try hard or whatever. It's often not just trying hard, it's getting the right direction. And that's so hard today because there's so much bullshit out there. There's so much BS out there, especially with social media, man. Like, fucking hell. It's crazy, man. Like, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars telling people life truth just with this iPhone, just with the iPhones, you know. It's like, that's my rut, that's my routine. Identify what ruts are going on here. Always check your shoulder before you turn. And just, you know, you got to do that. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in this bad routine, stuck in the rut. There's a great song for a hip hop artist from Adelaide, Ben, aka Delta. And go check him out. The song's called The Rut. And I'm listening to that. I think it's like 2004, right at the Cape York. Yeah, it's a great little song there. If you know, you know. How to get out of the rut? Just change the fuck up. Like, identify it, all right? Identify it and ask yourself, does this stress fracture want to get better? Do I want to keep living in this shitty place with all these violent, fucked up people? You know, like, ask yourself better questions. Do I really want to keep doing this? Okay, no, I don't. Well, what the fuck do I have to do to get out of here? And it's often the solutions are so simple, you know what I mean? The solutions are so simple. Just like, if I want to be safe on the bike, I'll turn my head around more, make sure I'm not going to, you know, run into someone who's coming at me, you know? I wear more visible clothing. Ask yourself better questions. How am I going to be safer? How am I going to have more fun? How am I going to have better fitness? How am I going to have better health? Ask better questions, you'll get better answers, and they'll give you direction. But it is hard, man, because if you're a person who's into self-help or whatever, you go out there and in social media world, I've been in social media world since 2008. I started doing YouTube. You know, I've created millionaires on YouTube. You know, I've done very well myself. You know, over 400 million views. The money is fun for a bit, but it's like you soon get sick of just like counting coin, and you think, well, meanwhile in Africa, you know, some people got some real fucking problems. How much money do I really need? So the money, my motivation to make money is like, you know, just make enough to keep buying my cornflakes, bananas, and sugar. If you want to get out of situations, then money can definitely help you, you know, because what if you're living at home and you've got fucking $100 in the bank, you know, and you want to just escape an abusive situation, then it's going to be a bit harder for you than someone like me who doesn't have an issue with money ever again. But most importantly, it's not just about money, it's having mentors, okay, who can give you the right steps. You know, like if you want to become a good kickboxer, then you can hire a really good fucking kickboxer, man. A really, really good coach who's an experienced coach, mature coach who can bring you from noob up to really high level. I mean, that's what I did with martial arts. Is I just did, found out some fantastic coaches there in Thailand and just did one-on-one with them and learn that way. So if you are interested in being mentored by me during my coaching group, Jeremy, are you getting all the sales in now? I got to sell you something. If it's free, people don't respect what's free. All right? I make my stuff very, very affordable, but you know, I still do a lot of free content, and this video is free for you to watch. So, but people, we don't really respect what is free. I respect what's free. This oxygen is free. This landscape here is free. I really enjoy it. I respect it, and I'll protect it and do what I can to preserve it. But often, when we're overwhelmed, high cortisol, high anxiety, we don't have much time for gratitude because we're on the rivet. We're on the, you know, we're chewing the stem. We're on the ground. We're KO'd. We're undercarb. We're really feeling only about ourselves. Nothing else really matters because we just on the limit, overwhelmed. And so it's very important to surround yourself with people who support you. And you might be like, well, I live in fucking, I live in Idaho or whatever, or fucking, you know, New Zealand somewhere. There's no one supporting me, man. My family just doesn't get it. Then boom, join my coaching group. All right, it's fucking affordable. JeremyRudd.com. And then I can guide you step by step what you have to do, custom answer to your situation. Got $100 in the bank? You want to move out of home? I can help you do that. You got 20 grand, you want to live in Asia for a few years and just, you know, have the best time ever. I can help you do that too. I've done these things. I moved out of home with zero money, okay? So I've done so many things so I can speak from personal experience, and I've coached thousands of people over the years, okay? So I don't know anyone else out there better than me in terms of overall lifestyle improvement. Even Tony Robbins, who I think is a fantastic speaker. You know, like, I've had feedback from people who've, you know, spent Bitcoin with Tony, and they're like, Harley, you know, Tony's a better speaker than you, but your shit fucking works much better. And I'm like, really? You just saying that? That's true. You know, I was like, fuck, damn, thanks, you know. And so I've had people like that in my life who were confident enough to tell me the truth. And I was like, damn, I'm on the right path, you know. So it's very important to have mentors in your life, and mentors who actually give a fuck, all right? Not just mentors who only care cause you're paying, but mentors who, you know, are happy for your success, genuinely happy. They're not, I'm not saving up for a mortgage, all right? I'm not saving up for a fucking another Bugatti, like Tate or whatever. It's like, you know, like, I make enough money to live my basic, simple life, okay? So you can trust that my advice comes from a place of genuine, unfiltered stuff, all right? I'm not speaking nice so the comments are nice. I'm speaking real so you get the real direction in life, okay? That's what all I give a fuck about, really. Primarily what I care about most is making an impact, a positive impact on the land, people around me, you know, people, haters or lovers, whoever. There's a positive impact, man. Like, we live in a world which is rapidly decaying, in my opinion, and I'm the Mr. Eternal Positive dude, but I look around, I travel a lot. It's getting fucked up, man. I see, you know, I've seen, just right around the park today, I've seen young girls with eating disorders and drug issues and stuff, and it's just like, and young guys just feeling totally fucking lost and shit, and it's just like, it's, the young people today, there's so much opportunity for them, but they're just getting totally fucking raped by this, you know, this social media expectation and stuff like that. It's fucking horrific, man. It's horrific, all right? The amount of sad looking, good looking young people I see around today from ages like, you know, 15, 18, 19 to like 40 or 50 or any age, but you know, the young people, you know, back in my day when I was like 14 or 13, like, just fucking smiling, laughing, fucking having a great times. And now you see these kids out there, man, and it's like, what the fuck happened to you, man? Some heavy shit, you know. That's crazy, man. Like, I see, you know, teenagers and stuff all the time, because I live in the city. I live in a very wealthy area, eastern suburbs of Adelaide as well, and it's like, you know, it's like, I see it, man. I see the next neighbours' kids, teenage girls, depressed as fuck, smoking cigarettes and shit, and the parents got the latest Audis, fucking, you know, multi-million-dollar house next door, and it's like, fuck, man, it's sad. It's really, really sad. So I like to not just complain about something, but actually be the foot soldier on the ground, giving people the option, and especially the youth. I like to target the youth because, you know, youth is when you're most open to change, and, you know, as a youth, you're looking up to people older than you for guidance, all right? And there's so many people out there just looking to exploit youth, mostly for money, or, you know, other things that leaves the person fucking in a worse place than they were to begin with. And it's crazy, man. It's such a cutthroat world out there, and you know, I want to be a part of the person who's making a difference, and I am a part of a person. I'm a part of the situation. I'm a person who's part of the solution versus part of the pollution, and that's just a choice in any given moment. Okay, so get out there, make it happen. Be a mentor for other people. All right, learn. Like, if you've got skills, give them back to other people. You know, become a coach or start up a group or community thing, whatever. Just get back out there and get shit going on. You know, it's and then that way your life's going to be filled a lot better quality as well. You have a better experience of life. So many of us were like, I don't give a fuck. It's not my kid. You know, it's not my problem. Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, it might not be your kid, but if you've got kids, that kid's probably going to be hanging with your kids at some point. So if that kid's fucked up, then they're going to put damage on your kids. So, you know it. It's crazy, man. Look at these galahs out here. I can't really see them, but yeah. This is what we've got, these beautiful parks, man. Hardly anyone's in them, man. Hardly anyone's in these parks, you know? So there's a crazy dude on a bike with a fucking neon singlet. That's why we're not in the park. It's Adelaide, Australia. Best city in the world to live in a Western country. Nothing comes close to Adelaide. It is the best. If you know, you know. If Adelaide didn't exist, I wouldn't live in Australia. As much as I'm grateful to have an Australian passport.